Are you tired of telling people to do the same thing over and over again? Worse yet, you tell them over and over again and they never get it right? How would you like one simple system to change that and make managing people a lot easier? I'm going to give that to you right now. Hello, this is David Scott Peters with therestaurantexpert.com, and I know your challenges, man. I've been there. You've got these employees we often call idiots. Who's the idiot that didn't do this? This guy's an idiot. Now, back off for a second. I want to remind you something. You selected him, you hired him, you train him, you manage him on a daily basis. So if you're calling your employees an idiot, grab a mirror because you created that. So how do we make it that I don't have idiots? I have people who make my life easier, who every time I walk in the restaurant, it's being done my way. It's simple. It's a checklist. Look, I know. Oh, I've tried checklists, David. They don't work because your checklist isn't done right. But let's push that aside. Let's talk about why they're important. Why a checklist is critical to your business. Well, number one, it gets rid of common sense. You're asking people to have the same experience you have. So when you're like, why didn't you do that? That's common sense. To somebody else, a 16-year-old on crack, it ain't common sense, right? So you've got to make sure we define what we want done. Look, it creates a culture where the details matter. If you care about a gasket in your line being perfectly pristine and clean and sanitary, then won't you care about the plate going out with the right presentation, right portion size? It's true the opposite. If you don't care about that, you don't care about portion control and the guest experience. How about this? Employees love rules. People say, oh, employees hate rules, David. Wrong, they love rules. Do you know what they hate? The inconsistency in management enforcing those rules. By having checklists, no matter whether I'm an AM manager, PM manager, front of house, back house, I know exactly what needs to be done. I can measure everybody to the same standards. And last but not least, I'm going to create a culture of close to open. That means every shift is finished and restocked for the next shift to be successful. The last thing I want is that nighttime manager leaving and seeing a bus tub not being done and certain side work not being done. Next morning, the morning manager walks in and goes, SOB, this wasn't done, this wasn't done. Next thing you know, I have to close the restaurant before I can open it. I need trust. I need to trust each other. By having checklists, I create a culture of close to open that each shift knows their job is to leave my partners, my team members, a restaurant that's ready to go. Checklists are critical to this. Now do me a favor. I'm always looking for ideas on what you want from these video tips. In the comment section below, give me some questions, things that you'd like me to handle. I also, before you go, I want you to opt in for my free report. This free report I want to give you right now is the 10 lessons I've learned that any restaurant must know in order to be successful. I want to give it to you now. And be sure to check back on my next video when I tell you exactly how to put together a great checklist, not the one you have today that doesn't work. Let's talk about the biggest benefit, and that's getting rid of something called common sense-itis. Common sense-itis, and how to avoid it. What is common sense-itis? It's that feeling walking into your